What's going on this week in Nerf?
Welcome to This Week in Nerf, your source for first-party, third-party, and community Nerf news. I'm Adriana, and this week was a little bit slow, but there's still some stuff to talk about, so let's get to it. CYardNerf, the creator of the Breaking Wind and the Second Wind, have moved from Etsy to their own website. You can find the Breaking Wind, which is a single-shot shell-ejecting pistol that can fire anything out of Spring Thunder shells, and the Second Wind, which is the Big Shock's transformation into a 7-round revolver on that new website. These are super fun and clever projects, and I am really looking forward to seeing more unique creations from them. But in the meantime, they also have the new Gecko by Adrian, available both as a full blaster and as a hardware kit. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, you can find them at CYardNerf.com or by clicking the link in the description. The Rival NIMH pack for the Nemesis, Chaos, and Hera is no longer in production, but fear not, Buff Daddy is here to help. He made a 3D printable Rival pack adapter, and this will be super useful for those who don't want to modify the Rival blasters themselves, and it allows you to take a third-party battery pack and still use the Rival rechargeable packs as well as alkaline cells in that blaster. It is still going to require a different charger for the battery pack that you put into the 3D printed container, but anyway, the 3D files for that are on Thingiverse. It does require some M3 screws, a matching connector for your battery pack, and 2 stamping blanks for contacts. But overall, the build seems pretty easy, even for people who aren't super into modding. The next iteration of the Spamf is here. First it was the Falcon Fire, then the Spamf by Gavin Fuzzy, and then the Super Spamf by Old Fusion Designs, and now the Super Special Spamf is from Detroit Dartworks. So the Super Special Spamf is mostly a modification of the Super Spamf. It provides a longer nose and a little more room for an actual grip. I always thought the Super Spamf was a fun idea, but I honestly never understood how the tiny grip was actually meant to work. But using this iteration does require you already have the Spamf kit and the Super Spamf kit. It just replaces some of the parts on the former. Think of it as an expansion rather than a kit all on its own. The files are available on Etsy for $5. Normally, I don't talk about things that aren't available, and Out of Darts' Proton pack has been available soon for like 2 years. But this will be a very hot item, and the only way to get it is to pay attention now. So the first batch of these new Proton packs will drop before Friday, March 12th, and the best way to know when is to sign up for an email notification on outofdarts.com on this listing. For those of you who have been living under a rock, I guess, the Proton pack is essentially a blower to quickly feed 20 to 30 rounds per second into your Rival blaster from however large or small a container you desire, so that you can become a moving cloud of Rival. I had the beta version of this and it was a ton of fun. And now it's going to have higher reliability and a lot of new features, like swivel hose connectors and a removable lid and probably a lot less tape than I had on mine. The fully assembled pack will be $200 and a build-it-yourself kit is $165. And keep in mind, if you're planning on getting one of these to play with in actual games, make sure you remember that while it's a ton of fun, you should absolutely buy a nut gatherer and really put in the effort during dart sweeps so other players aren't stuck picking up your mess. But otherwise, this will be a ton of fun. We loved the DZP Mark II and the Zinc and the Gecko, and now there's another mag-in grip springer entering the arena. This is the Scamp from Manzan Designs. It's a top slide prime blaster that hits 220 FPS with a K25 and is solid as a rock. There's a point in his build overview video where they just slam it down on the table and it's totally fine. It only takes angled talons for now, but there will be a straight talon version coming soon. I really love the turnaround designs that people have been using lately. These blasters will only be getting smaller. And the price is excellent. On Manzan Designs Etsy, the full blaster is just under $100 before shipping, and the build-it-yourself kits and hardware kits that will be available soon are also plans to have very affordable pricing. And now it's time for the mod of the week, and this week it goes to Monkeytron Collective with the Old Man Boba Fett Strife. As usual, paint job is gorgeous. The ratio of colors together looks amazing, and the muted colors that you chose worked perfectly. The chipping in some areas and the light scratch texture that's over most of the blaster came out really, really well. And on the inside, it is also super nice. They've got a 43.5 millimeter cage in there that's metal, Valkyries, and Bulldog wheels. And I know that sounds amazing. That's a great combination for just super smooth, super clean sounds. The blaster came out gorgeous. The lighting effects on top of it, amazing. It's just a really well done blaster, and thank you for sharing it with us. And that is all the news I have for this week. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, the links to everything that I talked about are down in the description, along with all the other YouTube things, like button, subscribe button, and comments, and blah, 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 blah. Oh, and I'll see you next week. Right here. Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific. I don't know why I consistently still have to think about what the days of the week are. I know a lot of you do that too. You're like, oh, it's Monday. FoamBlast's here. I'm glad you know what day it is, because I don't.